and gentlemen, the makers of Dream Shampoo are pleased to present the third in a series of new programs starring Don Ameche.
Blanche, why don't you let me sleep, huh?
Danny Thomas.
Oh, if I only had the nerve to come out of this phone booth.
And Frances Langford, who sings...
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you're stealing an extra bow. There's no people like show people, they smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still, you wouldn't change it for a bag of gold. Let's go on with our show. Like show, so they smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show.
And now here is your host for the evening, Don Ameche.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. I think we owe you a little post-Christmas present, so we've cooked up a small surprise. Tonight we have a guest...
Who is he, Don?
Carmen, I'm just about to announce his name.
Well, who is he? Hurry up, I have to fix some music.
You know, you have a very disconcerting habit of interrupting me every time I launch into what I believe will be an interesting bit of rhetoric. Now, I planned a nice little speech, and I'd rather you wouldn't stop the flow.
Okay. Who is he?
Ladies and gentlemen, since the World Series has passed into history...
World Series? Can't you get somebody timely?
Will you let me finish? Since the World Series has passed into history, it's only natural that the sporting eyes of America should turn to another thrilling event. An exciting winter pastime loved by every man, woman, and child.
Bundling?
Now go away, will you, Frances?
Coming, Doc.
Honey, will you muzzle this man while I announce our guest?
Sure. Keep quiet, Muzzler.
Okay.
Wednesday, the Pasadena Rose Bowl Committee will present two great football teams, UCLA and Illinois. Tonight, I prevailed upon the man who's been the inspiration and mentor of the undefeated UCLA team to appear for a few brief moments. And here he is, Coach Bert Labroucherie.
What kind of guest is that? I'm going to fix my music.
Just ignore him, Bert. Well, are you nervous?
A little bit, Don.
I don't blame you, Coach. I'd be limp if I had the responsibility that you have Wednesday.
Oh, I'm not talking about the game. I mean the microphone.
Oh, fine. You can move in that phone booth with Danny Thomas. What do you mean you're not nervous about the game, Bert?
Well, my men are all primed. Individually, they're great. Collectively, they're sensational. There can only be one outcome.
What's that?
I'll faint at the kickoff.
Better win, that's all I can say.
Carmen, I thought you went to fix your music.
It's fixed.
Well, that's more than I can say for the game, Mr. Paris.
Dragon. I'm plenty worried about the game, too. I've got an $8 bet with my tuba player.
Oh, that's money in the bank, Carmen. Although I don't think we can get Coach Labroucherie to make a flat statement, I'm sure he's confident that his team will win.
That's all I want to hear, boy. And, Coach, when you get back to Illinois...
Illinois? He's from UCLA.
Holy smoke, I got to cancel my bet.
Do you know that the rainfall this year exceeds last year by 3 3/5 inches?
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Nothing, but I haven't said anything for a page and a half.
Hey, Don, may I read a little discourse on the merits of Dream Shampoo?
No, you may not, Toby. What's going on here?
Steady, son.
I know, but Bert, I just wanted to interview you and... Let the people in on a little of your background.
Nothing to get excited about, Don. I started playing football when I was about 12 years old. Made the varsity team at L.A. High and did the same at UCLA. Went back to L.A. High as coach, stayed there 16 years, graduated back to UCLA, been coach there 2 years, and this is the first time I've ever had a team in the Rose Bowl. Any questions?
No, sir. You covered it all.
Well, I have a question, Don.
Why, anything at all?
I understand, since you're connected in some way with the Los Angeles Dons, that you have a lot of influence in football circus.
Well, I have some influence, yes.
Well, could you get me a couple of seats for the Rose Bowl Wednesday?
Well, how do you like that? I was about to ask you the same question.
Well, I'm glad I beat you to the punch. Good night, Don.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Bert. I want you to meet Danny Thomas. I'll go see if I can force him out of that phone booth, and you sit here and listen to Toby Reed's discourse on Dream.
Coach, I'll warm the bench with you. Toby says I'm his inspiration. Get inspired, Toby.
Well, whenever I see a girl like Frances with lovely, lustrous hair, all bright and sparkling with romantic highlights, it always makes me think of Dream Shampoo. You see, Dream Shampoo with hair conditioning action brings out all the loveliness of any girl's hair. Now, that's because Dreen is not a soap shampoo and never leaves dingy, dulling film on hair, as all soaps do. Dreen dramatizes all the soft, thrilling texture of your hair, reveals all its hidden beauty, as much as 33% more luster than any soap shampoo. And Dreen does not dry out hair. Instead, its fragrant, freshening, whipped cream lather leaves hair soft and smooth and oh so beautifully behaved. So, girls, for lovely, lustrous hair, use Dreen Shampoo with hair conditioning action. Use it at home or ask for it in your beauty shop. Buy it at all drug department and 10-cent stores. Remember, no other shampoo leaves your hair more lustrous, yet so easy to manage. Dreen, D-R-E-N-E.
Don, I told you I'm not coming out of this phone booth. You know it always makes my knees wobble to face a microphone.
Yeah, but Danny LaBroucherie is waiting to meet you, and there are millions of people listening to this program, I hope.
I don't care if I never meet LaBroucherie. I sent him a letter telling him how to run his team, and he ignored it completely. What happened?
They go into the Rose Bowl.
Don't be such a wise guy, will you? I'm staying right here.
Okay, rot in there for all I care. Here, I want you to meet the man who really knows about football. He developed a sensational UCLA team, one of the greatest coaches in the world. Where do you come off telling him what to do?
Yeah,
I bet you wouldn't even know what to say in a huddle.
Yeah, but
UCLA, do you realize what that means?
Yeah.
And I've got their coach here.
I know.
Went out of my way to do it, and now you won't have the common decency to come out of that closet and meet him. I'm ashamed of you, you worm. Goodbye.
Yeah, but... How you like that? He gets mad at me and kind of LaBroucherie. LaBroucherie, what's so tough about being a football coach? All you need is a whistle, a voice, and brains. I got a whistle and a voice, and... Who does that Ameche think he's talking to anyway? He must think I'm a dope. Every time he talks about that college, he spells it out for me. UCLA. How do you like that? UC? I have enough intelligence to know that it's UCLA. What would you like it if I went around talking like that? I got a brother goes to CCNY, but do I go around saying Cucunya? You know, sometimes I'm amazed at how dumb people think I am. I wonder if they're amazed. You wouldn't even know what to say in a huddle, he says to me. I should have said, when I huddle, I don't talk, I should have said. I wonder why my mind always winds up with that or politics. I can't figure it out. Big thing, football. I have more football knowledge in my whole head than he's got in his little finger. Boy, I know football backwards. I do. Lob to. I could be a better coach than he is. I could be the greatest coach in the world. Sure, why not? It's a free country. I'm a citizen. Gee, I can just see me now. In the Rose Bowl, inspiring the team. Men, before we go out on the field, I want you all to stand and place your helmets over your hearts and sing that great alma mater song, We're Sprung for Toledo.
Hey. Hey, Coach, our school's UCLA.
I know, but Toledo has a prettier song. We're strong for Toledo. From Toledo. is bong, not bum. The girls are the fairest. Yes, and the boys. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is corny. It is. Let me ask you something. What is corn, and who are we to say that it is? Why, if you're not a little bit corny, there's something the matter with you, and I can prove it. When you walk down the street of a small town like Toledo, or better still, Deerfield, Michigan, where I was born, 20 miles northwest of Toledo, I was brought into the world by a veterinarian. It happens to be true. My mother said, when the old doc gave me that first slap, he said, there's going to be a lucky colt. Well, when you're walking in the street, a town like that, coming in the opposite direction, invariably you'll find a man so commonly referred to by the alleged intelligentsia as a yokel boy, a corny guy, a square. Doesn't know you from a box of soybeans, but still sees fit to smile and say, howdy, neighbor. Think the rain will hurt the rhubarb? Now, what does that mean? Maybe it isn't even going to rain. I'll lay you 10-7, you're not growing rhubarb. But the point is the man smiled and said something and didn't know you. And I'll never forget Deerfield. There were 17 of us living under one roof. 17 humans. One bathtub. I remember the day it came with a set of directions. Every Saturday, while we were working out in the fields, as soon as the hot water was ready, Ma used to ring a bell. And we'd make a mad dash through the fields to get there. You see, the tank held enough water for only 16 baths. My poor Uncle Bill, he was always a 17th. Kind of an earthy fellow, Bill. No matter how fast he ran, 16 of us ran faster. I shall never forget one Saturday night, in the middle of one of his best runs. He was running in earnest that night. He meant to get there. But unfortunately, the odds were against him. So was the Zodiac. There were no stars. Pitch dark, he couldn't see a thing, and he ran right smack into the clothesline. He never had a chance. He was going about 45 knots an hour. And that's how many times he knotted himself in the clothesline. And I want to tell you, he uttered a remark on the way down that we'll never see print. You know, Uncle Bill just lie there tangled in that clothesline for 5 days and 6 nights. But he wasn't lonesome. Every time one of us passed him, we'd smile. Howdy, Uncle Bill. Think the rain will hurt the rhubarb? I know it wasn't much. Sure, it was corny, but at least we smiled and said something. And then, a few years later, at the ripe old age of 104, Uncle Bill passed away. And we laid him to rest in his favorite spot, the rhubarb patch. And now every time we pass there, we smile and say, howdy, rhubarb. Think the rain will hurt Uncle Bill? I know it isn't much. Sure, it's corny. But at least we smile and say something. So you see, boys, that's why you mustn't be ashamed to sing. We're strong for Toledo. That's the place where the Buckeyes grow. Joints filled up with bums. In any old weather, we'll all stick together in T.O.